Hello and welcome to this video. What is MongoDB? MongoDB is a document database. MongoDB stores data in flexible JSON-like documents. What that means is that the fields can vary from documents to document, and the data structure can be changed over time. With MongoDB, the document model maps the objects in your application code, making data easy to work with. MongoDB is free to use and it's also open source. MongoDB is a distributed database, so it is highly available. It has horizontal scaling and geographic distribution, which are built in and easy to use. MongoDB is flexible and scalable with querying and indexing. So you can do ad hoc queries, indexing, and real-time aggregation, which provides powerful ways for you to access and analyze your data. So thanks for watching. That's it for this introduction to MongoDB. Thanks and bye for now. Hello and welcome to this video. We will be downloading and installing MongoDB for Windows. The link to the MongoDB site is displayed on the screen. This is the MongoDB site. So to download, you click on the community server and then just scroll down. Make sure you've got the Windows tab selected, and in the version bit it tells you what version is that it's got there. Windows Server 2008 release 2, 64-bit and later, with SSL support. If I click on the drop down, there are other options here for you to install. So if you download this MSI, it's going to download the version listed. If your version is not listed, you can use the binaries, and there is an instructions there for you to follow if you decide to use the binary version. I haven't got any of these, so I'm going to go for the versions that suits my operating system. So I'm going to click all binaries. If you have matching, if your version matches what's listed, just click on the download MSI. The process of installation is the same, so don't worry. Click all versions, and here it will give you a list. So just select the version relevant to your operating system. I have got a 32-bit operating system, so I'm going to go for this one. However, it's a slightly lower version. The current version is 3.4, this is 3.2, but they work the same, so don't worry. Make sure you download the latest if your operating system can accommodate that. So I'm going to go for this one, and that's it, downloading there. Give it a few minutes to complete. So if your system can accommodate this 3.47, please go for that option. Once your download is completed, double click on the MSI installer to begin the installation. You get an option to run, click to run, and just click next. You just have to accept all the default and make sure you select complete installation and click install. If you get a security prompt, just click yes to allow for the installation to continue. So that's it, the installation is now finished. So we have successfully installed MongoDB. We can take a quick look at where it was installed. So if you go to your computer, it will be on your C drive on the program files, and there should be a MongoDB. There you go. So this is where it has installed it. So inside that directory, there's a folder called server. Click on that. Inside that, you get your version. If yours is 3.4, it will say 3.4. So click to go into that folder. You should see another directory called bin. Click to go in there. And this is where you'll find all the files for the MongoDB. So it contains both the server and the client. The two most important files are the second and the third, the mongo.exe and the mongod.exe. The mongod, D stands for daemon. This is what starts the server, and the mongo.exe is kind of like the command line for interacting with Mongo. So in the next lecture, what we're going to do, we're going to set up the environment variable to make it easy for us to access the Mongo files. So that's it for this lecture. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now. Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to modify your environment variable path. So to access your environment variables, you just go to Start, right click on your computer icon and go Properties and click on Advanced System, and within the Advanced System click on Environment Variables. Okay, so this here, these are all the variable path. Earlier on, when we set up the environment variable, I created a new variable called MongoDB, and in the value I copied in the path to where our MongoDB files are. A lot of applications that automatically add the environment variables for you tend to do that within this here, where it's called the variable name as path. And what they do, for example, if I click to edit this, and to see the content, I'm just going to copy the whole line, what I've got there at the moment, and go copy. And if I just open up a blank text editor, so this is what is in my environment variable path at the moment. So you can see sometimes when you install applications, it automatically adds the path into this environment variable for you. However, there are some applications like MongoDB that you have to manually do it yourself. So most of these here have been done automatically by the applications. So if you notice, there's a comma after each one, a semicolon. So this one here, and this is one. You can see where there is a semicolon. That's the end of one. And then this is another application. This is Python as well. And then you've got one here called Ruby. You can tell where it ends. And there's another one here. This is where it ends. So if we want to add our path for MongoDB, we have to put a comma after the last one and then paste in the path to our bin directory for MongoDB. The advantage of doing it this way is that you don't have to type in the variable name each time in the command line console. You can access it from anywhere without keep typing in the %sign. So that is one way of doing it. However, you got to be careful and make sure you do it properly. If not, you can impact on the other variable path that have already been defined here. For example, if I come here, add it on, I don't put a semicolon, to indicate the end of the other one, then, I may cause problems and the other application may not work properly. Okay. So if you're comfortable doing this, it will make your life a lot easier working with MongoDB. You don't have to call the variable with a %sign each time. So let's do this. So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to get the path. are defined here, or I'll just go to my MongoDB file. I go program files and click on MongoDB, click on server and click on the folder, the bin directory, right click where it says bin, click copy path, and then inside make sure you got the path highlighted, click edit and scroll down to the end. Very important, once you get to the end you can see the cursor flashing at the end, and enter a semicolon. Very important you enter the semicolon so that it knows that you're about to enter a new path. If you don't enter the semicolon, it thinks this is part of the other application and it will cause problems. So click OK once you've done that, and click OK again. Now let's test our application. So open up your command line. I'm just going to open up my command prompt here. I'll click run, and you see it doesn't matter where you are inside the command line. If I just type in mongod, it should start the server. You can see it started the server, no issues. If I open up another terminal and just type in mongo just to see if I can get some, you can see there's no problem. You can see it's waiting for instructions for commands. So I've got both the server running, I've got the Mongo daemon, and I've also got the command line here to issue some commands. So this way is a lot easier to interact with MongoDB, provided you can set up the environment variables properly. Okay, so if you're comfortable doing that, then this is the way to go. If you're going to do that, I would recommend you copy what you've got in the environment path first, copy it into a separate file, a text file, just in case anything goes wrong, and then you can put it back the way it was. Okay, very important you do it right. If not, you may cause issues with the other applications. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. One quick note before I go: anytime you want to exit the Mongo console, you just do Ctrl+C. You can see it tells you bye here, and then you come here, the same thing, Ctrl+C, tells you console terminate. Okay, so you can just type in exit and that will exit the console. Okay, bye. Hello and welcome. In this video we are going to create a storage directory that Mongo will need to store all its data. Mongo's default directory path is usually data/db in the directory in which Mongo was installed. So the drive, for example, if Mongo was installed in program file C, so it will require a data/db directory on the C drive. If you don't want to create it there, you can create it anywhere you like, but when you run MongoDB, you have to tell MongoDB where it should look or what it should use for a storage file. If you don't tell it by default, it will look in this directory. So we're going to create a directory called data/db. So open up your command prompt. Normally you can access the command prompt via the accessories folder. So there is an accessory folder here. Just right click and go run as administrator, and it should have administrator on the top followed by command prompt. So I want to navigate to the root of the C drive. So to navigate, you type in cd. Cd means change directory, and do a space, and then dot means move back one. Press enter. That will take you to the next level. You do cd again, space, dot, enter. That takes us to the C drive. So if you want to go one level up, you type in cd, and then you type the next directory. All right, so we're in the root of the C drive. This is where I want to create the storage directory. So type in the command md space, md means make directory, space, you do a slash data slash db and press enter, and that should create a directory. So if you now go to your C drive, you should see a folder there called data. That's my folder, and inside I've got db. So that's it for this lecture. We have created our storage directory for MongoDB. We've also created it where we expect MongoDB to look for it. If you decide you want to create it somewhere else, it's fine. Just that when you run MongoDB, you need to tell it to look in the location you've specified. So that's it for this lecture. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to learn how to start and stop the MongoDB database and client. The client is also known as the shell. Open up two instances of your command prompt, or if you're on a Mac, open up two instances of the terminal. The first instance, we'll use that to start the Mongo server. To start the server, you type in MongoD. D stands for daemon. Press enter, and that will start the Mongo server. The second command prompt, we use that to start up the shell, also known as the client. So to do that, all you need to do is just type in the word Mongo, enter. So the shell or the client is what you use to interact with the database. So if you want to add a new document into MongoDB, you do that using the Mongo shell or client. So to stop the server, you type in, you click, make sure you're in the command prompt for the server. You can see the cursor flashing, and do a Control C. If you're on a Mac, I think it'll be a Command C. You can see it stopped because it tells you here console terminate. And if you are in the client, make sure the cursor is flashing in the client. You do a Control C as well. You can see it tells you bye. So basically, that's how you start and stop a MongoDB server and client. The client is also known as the shell. So any command you want to issue relating to MongoDB, you do that through the Mongo shell or client. So that's it for this lecture. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.